So last week we looked at how two opposing motivators or energy drivers, as measured on the IDI, might contribute to misunderstandings or conflicts within the workplace. Today we're going to look at some more examples of those, although a bit more complex and within different relationships. So let's picture two employees who have been assigned to work on a project together. Employee number one is really motivated by giving. She really gets energy from helping others, from showing support, affection, empathy, from providing assistance. She also happens to be motivated by receiving. So it feels good to her to have people checking in on her, to have people offering her help. She really appreciates the help that other people give her. Also, belonging is very energizing for her. So being part of something bigger, being part of a team, working in groups feels great. Whereas independence, not a big driver for her. So independence is all about autonomy and freedom. That's not especially energizing. Now here's employee number two. So he is the opposite. He loves independence, likes self-sufficiency, feels energized when he's doing his own thing, acting independently, running his own schedule. Not really motivated by belonging, might prefer to work on things independently, might prefer one-on-one interactions, less energized by being part of a team. Also not really motivated to give. Doesn't mean he's not giving or he's a bad person, just it's not like this really energizing thing for him to offer support or help or empathy. And also not really motivated by receiving help from others. So you can imagine when the two are assigned to work on a project together, some misunderstandings might show up. And what you see when you combine these groups and combinations of motivators together, what can happen is we might attribute our own beliefs to others. To be human is to have some biases or to make assumptions about others. So the person, employee number one, who's really motivated by closeness and giving and teamwork, might assume other people are motivated by that too. So she might offer help. She might ask for a lot of information and expect others to offer that information and that help to her, because that's the way she sees the world. Whereas employee number two might assume other people want to do their own thing. I don't need to bug them. They don't need my help. They're grown-ups. They're fine. So you can see how our own interpretations of the world can contribute to how we interact with each other. Employee number two, if employee number one is asking him for information all the time or wants to meet all the time, might be like, what is up with this person? I don't want to work that way. And employee number one might feel rebuffed or might feel hurt, rejected by employee number two. Now this can get even more complex when you change the relationship dynamics. So picture that employee number one is now the boss. Right? So the boss is really motivated by giving and helping and offering to support her employees, whereas the direct report is much more wants to work independently. So the boss is being rebuffed or is being ignored or is not receiving information, and the direct report is feeling completely micromanaged, feeling, overcome by affection and empathy and support and too much and not allowed to be free. And then if you reverse the roles, picture the direct report to be the one who really loves to give and receive and assumes that others do as well, expects to receive lots of support from his boss, expects to not to need to be autonomous that much, whereas the boss is just saying, look, I gave you an assignment, go do it. You're good. So again, you can see how these different types of motivations and different levels of energy around very similar situations can contribute to misunderstandings. But if these people are able to understand their own drivers better and get an objective viewpoint of that from an assessment like the IDI, and also if they have the opportunity to understand their peers, their colleagues, drivers and motivators, they're much less likely to assume that the world works and everybody works the same way that they do, and much less likely to attribute differences in behavior toward something malicious or negative. So again, the IDI and the comparative report specifically really foster that level of understanding among colleagues.